trying to be a routine. Oh my gosh. So I'm back living in a house, which is kind of exciting, right? After living in a camper van for like give or take 3 months. Though it was really 4 months out of the house. A month I was in Bali. I was in Indonesia. So yesterday's live, I asked Nicholas to send me a text message so I remembered when to look up who the foundation for this year, Coastrek, were raising funds for. And it is actually Beyond Blue again. So that is a mental health association here in Australia that do a lot of really good things. They do a lot of programs for people with mental health. So, hey, Deb, how are you, buddy? How's your afternoon in Spring, Texas? Deb, I was just saying that yesterday, I think you watched my live anyway yesterday. You were there, I think. Oh, I can't remember. I was asking Nicholas to remind me to send me a text message so that I could go look up who the association was this year that if I did the 30K walk, who would be raising funds for. And I'm not that keen, I'm going to be honest, to push my body and to raise awareness for other organisations. I really want to just support mental health. You know, when you raise money for companies, too many different companies, your friends on Facebook kind of go a bit crazy. They're like, you're always trying to raise money, like, give it a rest. So I just kind of pick one thing, which is mental health. And anything kind of mental health associated, I try to, do it for many different reasons, you guys know. But it's really for yourself, right? Like, I mean, who's to say that, you don't suffer mental health one day and, you hope that there's help and support and programs to help you. So Beyond Blue is the organisation that I raised funds for last year for walking 30 kilometres along the beach. And that's not easy, guys. Just saying, 30 Ks. Oh my gosh, I think it's like, I don't know how many miles it is. It's a lot of miles, guys, a lot of miles. It took like freaking 5 hours or something. It's ridiculous. It was raining. It was depressing. It's warm, which is nice. It's not over hot. Oh, that's nice, Deb. That's nice. Oh, I'm missing the sunrise. I've got to go. I thought it'd be overcast this morning. It's actually quite nice. Hey, Matt, how you going? Who wants to see the sunrise? Wow. All right, ready? Shake, rattle and roll. Shake, rattle and roll. This is not the sunrise. The sunrise is in 5 minutes when I drive there. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. Shake your booty. Okay, I did it. All right, I'm going to put you down because we're going to drive to the beach. The sun is rising. The sun is rising. The sun is rising. The floor is lava. Let's go. The floor is lava. The floor is lava. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh, we might see a sunrise. So the sun rose at 6:15. It is 6:33 a.m. now. It's overcast as anything, but I see the sun rising above the clouds, about to rise above the clouds. So we still see a sunrise, right? Sunrise is a sunrise, right? So how are you, Matt? So guess what? We are starting to train for that 30-kilometre walk this morning. I mean, we're always training, right? But a 30-kilometre walk on sand is not easy. Can someone do me a favour and Google what 30 kilometres is in miles? Because in Australia we use kilometres. I can't remember. In England, do you use miles? I think you use miles, don't you? You don't use kilometres. It's very confusing, miles and kilometres, isn't it? I think it's like, I don't know. Oh, I can't remember. I really can't remember what miles is compared to kilometres. Okay, keep on drinking this door up. Drink, 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 drink. All right, I'm heading down the beach now. I can't see the beach yet, but I can see the clouds. I can see the sun. The sun is wanting to peer over some clouds. Oh, down, you're down, you're down. You're up again, you're up again. Oh, you use miles in the UK too. Okay. Could someone Google for me what 30 kilometers is in miles, please? Because that's what I'm going to do. Not today, but I am going to. I always need an excuse to get fit, right? And so the 17th of July on a Friday, is Coastrek, which is a 30-kilometer walk along the beaches in Sunshine Coast, and we raise funds and awareness for mental health here in Australia. I'm not raising funds on YouTube, okay? So don't stress. I'm not going to ask you guys for money. That's not what I do. But on my personal pages on Facebook, I try to raise about $600 a year. So I will start doing that. Normally, I raise the money on the day of the walk. So I kind of share on posts on my personal Facebook about, the struggles and the stories, that I have about mental health. And I guess they're around my friend Esther, you know, but, that's how I raise my funds. And then on YouTube, you guys get to see me train and train and train and talk about mental health and the awareness of mental health. Not everyone likes that talk, but that's all right. You don't need to watch. It's okay. All right, guys. The sun is, oh my gosh, we're going to see a sunrise. We're going to see the sunrise. Okay, I would have seen the sunrise if I didn't sit in the car for too long. All right, we have to find a park. We have to find a park. They're doing up the gardens here. It's a council truck putting like stuff on the gardens. All right, guys, let's see. Let's see what the sun is looking like. Ready? You ready? You ready? Hey, Kirsty, how you going? 18.6 miles. Okay. I will have to remember to say that. 18.6 miles. Okay, so the sun is about to rise over the top of that. It looks really nice, doesn't it? Okay, quickly, Dora. Let's coordinate. Okay, let's go. Okay, we'll leave the hat for a little bit. Then I'll take the hat on the head. Hat on the head. Let's go. Oh, we don't need shoes. Don't need shoes. Oh, I've got two different kinds of shoes on. One black, one blue. Oh, well. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. Well, welcome to Wednesday, guys. It's Susan's birthday today too, guys. Our friend Susan from High Country Homestead. Well, this is what I love about going into winter is these beautiful sunrises. Even though I miss the actual sunrise, because I did see all the clouds and I thought, nah, let's just have a little chat in the car instead first. Look at that. Are you editing, Kirsty?
Hi, Kyle. Oh, Kyle Green, how you going? No, it's definitely a sunrise. I'm in Australia, Kyle. Kylie. So it is 6:40 a.m. and we're watching the sunrise. My local beach. And we always have to do a jumping for joy and put our hands up in the air and say what we're grateful for. So let's do that. Tripod. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's try again. That was a cool looking sunrise, right? Hey, teacher Kelly Tag. Hey, teacher Kelly Tag. Welcome in. How are you, Kelly? Now, you're about to have some summer holidays soon, which you'll be very happy about. Still Tuesday night for you, Kylie? Whereabouts are you, Kylie? You're in the UK, are you? Kylie, when I put my hands up in the air, that's exactly what I first think of, is super grateful for waking up this morning, because many people didn't wake up, right? So always add in there what you're grateful for, people. Hey, Mike, how you going, buddy? How are you? You're watching the sunrise on my Wednesday morning. It is Susan's birthday, guys, today. So head over to Susan's channel in about, if you go to Susan's channel, it's at 9:30. So nearly 3 hours away. But she's having a birthday live stream. And we all got to support Susan, right? Plus it's her birthday. I may or may not be there, but I'll try to be a bit of there. I am working, so that sounded a bit funny, isn't it? I'm asking you guys to support her and I can't support her. But just with the time, I have to be at work, unfortunately. It is what it is. I love watching the sun go over a cloud. It looks really cool. It looks really cool. Oh, right. Kylie, you're from South Africa, Cape Town. Oh, wait on. Kylie, we were talking about South Africa, right? Because I was telling you that I'm going to South Africa in September. I can't wait to do a hike up Cradle Mountain. Have you done that hike before, Kylie? So we've got someone from South Africa in the chat, guys. That is not normal. We don't normally have someone from South Africa. It's very, very lucky today. So South Africa, it's kind of like, well, where am I? Over that way kind of thing. Long, long, long way. That's across Australia that way. And then over the Indian Ocean, and then you hit Cape Town. Crazy. 5 more weeks, teacher Kelly Tag. Kelly is a special education teacher, so she does amazing things with young adults, or young kids, should I say, one day becoming young adults. And it does start with those early ages. It really does. So, thank you for the work you do, and you deserve some nice time off for summer holidays in America. Any plans, Kelly, over the holidays? What are you planning to do? Any Kylie's got here. This is really beautiful to watch. Thanks for the fresh an early stream. You're welcome. Lion's Head and Table Mountains. Okay, you've done both of them. Okay, Kylie, if can only do one hike, which hike would you recommend? Matt is saying hello to Kirsty. Kirsty saying hello to Matt. I've got one beach trip, but I need to make more plans. 10 plans will unfold, won't they, Kelly? Lion's Head for sure. Okay. So, Kylie, can you tell me why you're recommending Lion's Head for me? So, what is so good about Lion's Head hike, Kylie? Hi, Els. Does anyone know how to speak Spanish? Hola, ¿cómo estás? Yo soy, me llamo Dora. Not great, but I can speak a little bit of Spanish, or should I say Spanglish? About a 2 to 3 hour hike, that's perfect. But what do you see? Why do you like that hike over other hikes, Kylie? Aya? Hello, Aya. How you going? Joshua. Hey, Joshua. How you going? Hey, Steve. Welcome, Steve. You're watching the sunrise here on Wednesday morning, guys. It's 6:47 a.m. and we're just having a chat with Kylie Green. She's a new friend of mine on YouTube. She's from South Africa, guys. So we don't often get someone from South Africa. So, it's really interesting. And I'm actually going to South Africa in September. So I'm curious about South Africa. I've always wanted to go, but it's one of those places that's a very far place to go. And it's not cheap, right? Nothing's cheap from Australia, I've got to say. So I'm asking Kylie about hiking up Cradle Mountain. Cradle Mountain's that famous mountain in Cape Town. And there's many different hikes. And she's saying that I should do Lion's Head for sure. The view from there, you get to see so much of Robben Island, where they had Mandela held. Oh, where Nelson Mandela. So the prison. Interesting, interesting. And it's the one to spot all the tourists go up. Probably end up meeting more Aussies. Funny that, eh? Yes, you haven't talked to me for a while, Joshua. How are you, my friend? You'd say, hello, my friend. Welcome to the live stream. We're watching the sunrise. I'm going to you down, guys. I'm going to put this back in the car so I don't lose it because I always try to leave it somewhere on the beach and then I forget about it and I accidentally litter and that's not good. So I'm going to leave you on the beach. Don't let anyone steal you, okay? I'll be back. Well, I'm back, guys. I'm just clearing off the sand on the bottom of my phone. How are we? Look, we'll put some sunscreen on because it is a bit sunny now. And there's Philip. Hey, Philip, how you going? It is sunrise. It is sunrise. No, Debbie Sue. Debbie Sue could also be lurking. She's a bit of a lurker. She's a busy lady. Debbie Sue always, actually, you know what I forgot to do, guys? You know what I forgot to do? You know when I'm doing my shaking, my bottle, I normally go, ring, 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 Debbie Sue, Debbie Sue. I normally call Debbie Sue in. So I didn't call Debbie Sue in. Do you reckon we could call her in? Debbie Sue, Debbie Sue. Ring, 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 Debbie Sue. It's the sunrise. Come say hello. No, no pressure, Debbie Sue. Debbie Sue doesn't need to support every live stream I do. There's too many live streams, right? I don't expect everyone to come see my live streams, all of them. There's a lot of them. And not everyone likes all the different live streams I do, right? It's interesting. Like, I'm doing a series called Spilling the Tea, which is a travel story live stream. And I do them horizontally so that I can do them while I drive and I don't have to touch the screen or anything like that. But it's not really supposed to be interactive, like with the chat, because I can't see the chat when you're doing live horizontal live stream. The chat just disappears really fast. Plus, I'm driving, right? I've got to concentrate on driving. But I only have a certain amount of people that watch those ones because it doesn't, it doesn't suit everyone, right? And not everyone likes travel stories. And so I have like the regular ones that watch that don't actually watch my other videos. Well, they might, but they don't need to, right? So that's why I think it's good to do different kinds of, I guess, videos and live streams and shorts, because not everyone likes live streams, not everyone likes long form videos, not everyone likes long videos. Some people like shorts, some people like replying to posts. You've got to do a mixture of everything, right? So if you're new here, this is Redcliffe Peninsula. This is where I've lived for pretty much most of my life. It's a beautiful little seaside village. It's got about 30,000 people that live in this peninsula. It's becoming quite a popular place. There's a lot of high rises now. If you have a look here, there's 1 crane, 2 cranes. There's another crane at the back there, 3 cranes, another 2 cranes. So a lot of high rises are getting built here. Obviously high density living because, they need to fit more people in the beach. And everyone wants to live by the beach. Debbie Sue and I didn't really do a collaboration, but I always do a lot of videos talking to Debbie Sue because Debbie Sue's around a lot, right? I love these kind of sections where you've got a little bit of a sand flat here. We walk over because we've got no shoes on. So nice. I know I should be exercising, but I'm sidetracked. It's okay to be sidetracked. Susan! Well, we have to sing Susan happy birthday. So close your eardrums. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Susan. Happy birthday to you. I got a sunrise for Susan. We got a sunrise for Susan. Happy birthday, Susan. Have an amazing day eating lots of cake. Okay. There you go. You can open your eardrums now, guys. Welcome in, Susan. Susan. I was telling everyone that it was your birthday. and that you're having a live stream in, well, 3.5 hours, 3 hours, 2.5 hours. They're always knocking down houses where I live and buildings, units. Yep, I know, Philip. I know. It's very sad. Look at the moss, guys. Look at this. Isn't Mother Nature cool? You're welcome, Susan. I'm not sure. Maybe you should, that's why you shouldn't have a birthday every day, because otherwise I'd sing every day and that would be a bit painful, I'm sure. Look at all the seagulls, guys. Look at them all. Are you ready to see them run or fly? Now this feels so nice. It's a bit slimy on your feet too. Michael Jackson. Moonwalk, moonwalk. In 2.5 hours. Okay. 2.5 hours, guys. 2.5 hours till Susan does a live stream. I wonder what she's got in store for her birthday live stream. I don't know. She hasn't told me, so I don't know. It's a very nice shade of green, isn't it, Susan? Yeah, it's very pretty. Like Mother Nature does some amazing things, right? Amazing things. Okay, now we have to get serious, guys. Now that we've had a nice little play in the sand, in the water, I started off my live talking about how training has started, guys. This is me starting my training for the 30-kilometre walk on sand. Now, Matt Googled for me, which is 18.6 miles. So 18.6 miles walking on sand, 30 kilometres walking on sand is what I'm training for. It sounds like torture, doesn't it? Well, it's not exactly easy, I'm going to be honest. And you definitely do have to train for it. And I did last year. I trained for it quite well, so I was quite prepared. But I wasn't quite prepared for the rain. No one likes to walk in rain, I'm going to be honest. It's not my friend. I don't mind it for a little bit, but not the 30 kilometres of it. So last year, I walked 30 kilometres in the rain. I was wet. Everything was wet. Yep, my underwear was wet. It was kind of miserable. But it was actually a really interesting time because I was raising funds and awareness for mental health. And that is what the challenge is for, to raise funds and awareness for Beyond Blue here in Australia. And guys, don't worry, I'm not asking you guys for money at all. I don't want any money for you guys for the foundation. You guys, half of you guys don't even, well, most of you guys don't even live in Australia. Does it make sense that you would apply and donate? I do this on my personal Facebook page. I pretty much do it on the day I walk. I write posts about, mental health and the struggle of walking 30 kilometres. It's not easy. In sand, in the rain. And also, there's different things like, the people that I walk with. There's a team of us. Sometimes it's 2 teams of 2 teams of 4. Sometimes it's only 1. So it's getting less and less because less women want to do it because, aching bones and, everything hurts, guys. And a lot of my friends don't do the training. So that's the key, right? You got to do the training. So I sent a message today in the group chat and said, okay, July 17th is Coastrek, 30 kilometres. I'm starting my training today. So it's really important to train, right? Otherwise it hurts too much. But the ladies that I did it with last year didn't do any training. So on the day of the walk, it was actually quite murderous. It was murderous. It was quite hard for me personally because I couldn't walk fast, even though I trained all this way. I mean, my fitness was great that day, but all I wanted to do was get the walk done because it was so cold. And my friends, because I didn't train, they had all sorts of problems. They had stitches, they had blisters, they had tiredness, I had sore bones. We finished, but it took a lot of hours to finish. And a lot of you guys were on the final stretch with me. I did a live stream when I walked through the gates to finish it. And one of my girlfriends, Katrinka, she'd done the walk too with another friend, but she decided not to walk with us because she knew that my friends would walk too slow. So I walked into her arms and started crying because I do this walk for my friend Esther. And as much as it's really hard work, it's a really good reminder that, you know, mental health is so important. This is so nice walking on here. So nice. You remember watching it, it was very emotional. Yeah, you know what? I haven't even looked back at those videos because it was a big day for me that day. That was massive. It was highly emotional. And, you know, a lot of you guys, you know, like Susan, you were, you know, you're all part of the journey. You might not have been walking, but you were walking with me. Like, you know, I talked about it every day. I walked every day. I trained. And yeah, it was a big moment. So it was really nice that, you know, my friends here on YouTube supported me through. They really pushed me to get through it that day. As I say, I was doing those live streams. I was just like, oh, I want to give up. This is too hard. So it can be the opposite, right? You can do all the training you want, but because it's a kind of a team event, you know, to walk slow, and it was really difficult. So it sounds like I'm a bit up myself, but that's okay. If you know me, you know I'm not up myself, so I don't care. Hi, Kira. I'm in southeast Queensland in Australia. Beautiful, isn't it? The sun is rising. It's 7:04 a.m. here in Australia. Well, in where I live. And yeah, it's low tide today, which is lovely. This beautiful place is called Redcliffe Peninsula. Hello. Come visit. It's a lovely little place. This area here is lava from millions and millions of years ago. There is some mountains about an hour away from here called the Glasshouse Mountains, and they used to be old volcanoes. They call them volcanic plugs now. They're not active anymore. They're not even dormant. But they used to be volcanoes, and they spewed up lots and lots of lava back in the day, and somehow they ended up down here. It's red. It's very pretty with the sun. It looks so gorgeous. So I wouldn't recommend walking us with no shoes on. Walk with shoes and be careful because if you fall, you are going to hurt yourself badly. And these are beautiful mangroves, and the beautiful mangroves growing underneath, and that's how they clean the water. Don't know exactly how. I keep on saying I have to research that, but it's very interesting. And with all the development they're doing, you know, mangroves are starting to get, you know, knocked down, and that's really cleaning our ocean and our air. We have a surf lifesaving club. So we're in autumn now, so it's about to close up, I think. Oh, actually, I finished January. Sorry, oh my gosh. They close up in May. It's already in May. So, guys, this is Lavender's Rock. This is always a reminder to stop and smell the roses because look at the love heart. It's upside down, but that's okay. Love, 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 love. It's been nice to get to know you. I'm glad you come in every now and then. So Philip is from Victoria, guys. You live in Melbourne, don't you? Or just in the outskirts of Melbourne, I believe. So it's interesting on these mangrove leaves. See how they've got little divots? I think it's some kind of disease they're getting. Interesting. Not all the leaves are like that. But I noticed yesterday, look, see how the mangroves are actually starting, the roots are starting to come up here. That's
That's a good sign, I guess. There's more mangroves going to grow here, which is cool. Maybe Lavender's Rock's going to be surrounded by mangroves one day. Quite interesting. Actually, speaking of lavender, has anyone seen lavender around lately? Our friend Lavender? Lavender is a 16-year-old Australian. Don't exactly know where she's from in Australia, but that's okay. We don't need to know because she's only 16, right? She does have a channel and she's actually started actively posting on it. I just don't obviously check it out that often. She was doing live streams for a little while there. I caught one or two of them. But the last time I spoke to her, she was living her best life. She was doing a student exchange in France. I mean, that was my childhood. That's what I really wanted to do, was a student exchange. But they're very expensive. And, my parents didn't have the money for that. So I guess I'm doing my student exchange now as an adult, exchanging my time and going to different places. Student exchange. Yeah, but she's doing a student exchange, and she said that she was there for like a month, and then she said, I'm heading home. I'm like, what? How come you're heading home? She goes, oh, I'm heading home for a week. I was like, oh, okay. So maybe there's a family thing that she needed to do, but then I haven't heard back from her, so I don't know what's going on. Now, these are interesting birds. Does anyone know much about birds? I don't exactly know what kind of birds these are. Does anyone know? Does anyone know what kind of birds they are? Susan hasn't seen her for ages either. Yes, Kirsty's actually doing her editing for her next brilliant video that she's going to bring out. What was your brilliant video? Oh, what's this? What is this, guys? What rubbish have we got here? We have, looks like some kind of rainbow flag. What is that? I don't know, but it's been in the water for a while, guys, because it's actually got barnacles, or it's got seagrass growing on it. Is that someone's flag? What kind of flag is that? Or is this just a flag like the rainbow flag? It's just a rainbow flag. Does anyone know? That's a flag for a country? Or if that's just the rainbow flag? See, it's just makes me wonder if that is a flag. See the different arrow there? Does anyone know if that is a flag for a country? No, I think it's just a rainbow flag, guys. I know Kirsty will be staying up waiting to be on the live stream with Susan and everyone in the gang. I have the feeling that Kirsty doesn't sleep very well. Is that true? Is that why you kind of stay up for a bit? Okay, look here, guys. See here? These are these little hermit crabs. Or soldier crabs. They're little blue heads. They're so cute. They pop their head up and they come into here. But see, the sand is different and it's so nice to walk on. So nice to walk on. It feels so nice on your feet. So, Kirsty, you must sleep in, right? Because if you're up late, I'm thinking you have a nice sleep in, right? Because sleep is so good for us. Wow, look at that reflection. Isn't that beautiful? The pine trees, the reflection on the water and the beach. It's so pretty. One of my favourite times is watching that reflection. Oh, guys, look, we have Mr. Pelican. Don't poo on me. Don't poo on me. Hey, Mr. Pelican. Oh, I don't know where he went then. Oh, there he is. Okay, we saw a pelican. Sometimes you see lots of pelicans, especially in winter time. Okay, that is a plover. Could have been a kite. That's right. Kirsty's video was on golden syrup, about making golden syrup from staples out of your your pantry. I actually really, really like the pantry series that you're going to start. I really, really like it. And I would really like, because obviously I've just moved back to the house. The cupboards are pretty bare. I'm thinking about, getting some,
staples for the pantry to, well, not to leave there to go old, because Dora doesn't do a lot of baking or cooking, I'm going to be honest. Though, in saying that, I made the most nicest meal last night, guys. My mum gave me some beautiful mushrooms that she grew on her land, like big mushrooms, field mushrooms, like the size of your hand. I cut them up. Diego cooked some on the barbecue with a bit of garlic and butter. So tasty. And then I stir-fried some with onion, garlic, chili, ginger. And I also put in some red cabbage, and I'll put some soy sauce and some oyster sauce in it and some fish sauce. So it's very stir-fried mushrooms with a bit of steamed rice. It's very, very tasty. Diego doesn't eat mushrooms, but he's quite happy to cook the mushrooms on the barbecue for me. He had sausages. So we're still living without a oven or a cooktop at the moment. So I have an electric wok that I was going to chuck because it's Teflon, which is really not good for us. But when I was about to chuck it, Diego reminded me that it's probably going to be another month before we actually have our gas and power turned onto the stove. So if I wanted to do any stir frying or boiling without using the barbecue, I'd have to use the wok. So I guess I kept the wok. Yeah, I would like, I've got to say, watching Susan's Anzac Day cooking and all the cooking. Susan did this beautiful spaghetti bolognese last Saturday. And then you've got Kirsty teasing us with, all these, she talks about, the golden syrup that she made it's one of their favorites on their flatjacks, and their pancakes is their favorite. It really did make me think, like, Dora, come on. I mean, I know how to cook, guys. It's just that I don't seem to do it a lot. I guess it's also time permitting. But, I'm also making excuses, right? If you want to do something, you can do something. So I'm outing myself, guys. I'm outing myself. So when I get the garden going, guys, we will do some more cooking. Last year I did a couple of cooking segments where I was using chocos and showing you the different ways to cook chocos. I always bang on about chocos. Susan's like, I don't like chocos. I love chocos. They're so easy to grow. I had a couple growing in the camper van, as in they started growing little roots. It's quite interesting watching them grow roots, actually. So I gave them to Mel and we chucked them in the garden around something that it'll, chocos love to grow on something and go on trellises kind of thing. They'll grow on a tree, anything. So anyway, we chucked a couple of them in the garden. So hopefully Mel will have some fresh. She'll love fresh chocos. Mel's a lot of baking and stuff like that and cooking, so I reckon she'll come up with some really cool suggestions for it. I have lots of different ideas with chocos. A lot of my friends have given me different ideas, like my Mexican friend Gabriella, to make choco soup. I've made that a few times. It's very tasty. Stuffed chocos is also really tasty. I do choco juice, choco stir fry. I use the baby chocos in salads. What else did I do? I've roasted them. I know some people will say chocos are just worth chucking away. People are mean about chocos, guys. I don't know what's the problem. I think a lot of older people were basically raised on chocos because chocos grew so easily back in the 70s and early 80s. Everyone had a choco vine. And it's interesting now that no young people even know what a choco is. So that just tells you that we're not growing things anymore. That's why I love watching channels like Susan's and Kirsty's and Amanda's. And there's quite a few, is it Oaky Eden? And there's a whole lot of them, right? All talking about, growing fresh fruit and vegetables on your land, organically. I just love it. Because, we've lost our grandparents used to do that. My mum still does it, right? She lives on only 1.5 acres, a little hobby farm, but, she lives on the land. She eats what she grows, all clean living. And Mum's 76, working a farm by herself still. So that maybe tells you that, clean living is actually really good for you. It's hard work though. I watch Susan, and Kirsty also talks about all the different things that's going on in her farm, or plots, her homestead, I don't know what you want to call it, plots, areas, gardens. I'm hoping I actually have a day off work today, guys, because Dora's been a bad plant mother. I went to the markets on Sunday, yes, 3 days ago, and bought a whole lot of seedlings. Guess what? Those seedlings are still sitting in. I did put them in water last night, guys. Okay, I'm not that bad, mother. In some water and paper, because I bought a whole lot of like mixed lettuces, herbs, Asian greens, edible flowers to put in planter pots. So last year I did a whole series on. I didn't even put it as a series. I just did a live streams. Who am I talking about? Where I basically showed you how I planted my garden, my little planter pots, and every 2 weeks I looked after them and put some new nutrients in there, because planter pots aren't earthed into the earth, so you need to actually give them nutrients. So I'm starting for fresh this year. New soil, new everything. Well, actually not new everything. I got the planter pots out of the storage shed. Everything was hidden in the storage shed. Had to go find it all. So yes, I was supposed to do that yesterday afternoon. I got sidetracked doing other things. There's a lot of things going on in the house right now. This and that and this and that. So late last night I even did my salads for the week. But yeah, one of my clients has gastro. So he had yesterday afternoon off. So I may or may not get this morning off, which should be friggin' awesome, because I really want to get my planter boxes done. Then I can also jump in on Susan's live stream for her birthday. I don't normally get to do that because I'm normally working. Oh, it's an LGBTQ flag. Okay, righto. Everything sappy. There are sea urchins in that sand. I go there all the time. Really? Sea urchins? Really? Huh. I can't say I've ever seen a sea urchin. Oh, well, I'm here picking up rubbish. Let's pick up that little bit of plastic. Hi, man. Oh, man in the van. Hello, Matt. Matt. Yeah, Matt's probably gone now because I've just been yabbering on for like half an hour about plants and gardens. Anyway, I hope you guys introduce yourself to Matt. Matt is Man in a Van. Man in a Van is in Canada. He's in Canada. He lives in a van and he travels around. He works. And yeah, it's really interesting watching him live in a van. He's saying, please, guys, don't forget to double tap the screen and subscribe. Thank you, Matt. You struggle to sleep in, Kirsty? Okay. I'm really far behind the chat, I realise now. Why is it too late, Susan, with your pantry series? You can do whatever you want with your channel. Nothing's ever too late, mate. Nothing is ever too late. All right, we're going to put this up in the bin. I'm walking on sea urchins, landmines. Am I? Oh, okay, awesome. Oh, well, Susan's introduced herself to Matt from Man in a Van. Philip says here, I don't eat any processed food. I cook everything. Chocos are the best. I've Had them all my life. Philip, we can be friends. Susan said she doesn't like them. Susan said that she probably hasn't eaten them the right way. This is true, Susan. When I come visit you, I'll bring some chocos, okay? All right. That's a nice view of the sun. Oh. Hey, Debbie Sue. We were calling you before, Debbie Sue. I was going, ring, 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 ring. Debbie Sue, Debbie Sue. And I said, because Matt said, where's Debbie Sue? I said, oh, Debbie Sue's a busy lady. She's lurking. She's doing something. She's always doing something. She's doing something. Anyway, I said, oh, let's ring her and see if we can see her so she can see the sunrise. It has risen a lot now. But how are you, Debbie Sue? How's your day been? How's your Tuesday? Has it been fabulous? Debbie Sue is feeling a lot better since all her surgery she's had, and her husband's been unwell with her surgery. He seems to be getting better too. So they seem to be slowly getting a little bit better, which is lovely to see and hear. Oh, so Phillips is saying some hello to Debbie Sue. Kirsty saying hello to Debbie Sue. Debbie Sue saying hello to Kirsty. Susan saying hello to Debbie Sue. I wash dishes and watch a bird from my kitchen window. Well, that sounds quite nice, actually. And I said, no one needs to watch all my live streams, man. There's too many live streams. I'd rather watch a bird than my live streams. Actually, yesterday, guys. Yesterday, I saw a koala, guys. Okay, I'm going to show you a photo, guys. Want to see a photo? Koala? Let me show you if I can get one. Here. Let me see. Oops, wrong picture. Wrong one. Here we go. Let me show you a koala. That's me. Talking about birds. There's a bird. Beautiful galahs. Look, guys, there's a koala. I saw him yesterday. He was so cute. Little koala. Oh, I need to turn him off now. Done.
Okay. All right. We're going to do some push-ups, guys. You can hang around if you want. It doesn't really matter. But I have to do my little strength training. I did some yesterday, but it doesn't matter. We can do it again, guys. We should do it at least 3 times a week. And again, I am not teaching you anything. Please do not subscribe. I am not a health and fitness channel. I don't even know what channel I am. I just kind of ramble about stuff. But part of that stuff is me getting fitter, and I'm getting a little bit better at doing push-ups. I'm not great at it. I'm not great at triceps. I'm not great at squats, but I try. That's the main thing, right? We're going to do 5 sets of 8 reps, right? And hopefully I'll get a text message from my client's mum saying that he's still sick. That's really bad that I say that, eh? I need a day off, guys. I need a day off. I know I had a month off in Indonesia, but I need a day off to get some stuff done around the house. All right. All right, let's do this. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. I have a nice view behind me, guys, haven't I? That's a lovely view. So Kirsty can see her chickens from her window while she washes up. It's a good excuse to wash up, eh? One set done. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm trying to pump myself up, guys. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Whoa. Two sets. Don't think about it, Dora. Just do it. Woo. I feel like I got a little bit lower that day, that time. Just a little bit, a fraction lower. Three. See, Matt was asking about you, Debbie Sue, and I told you she'd turn up, Matt. See, ring, 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 ring. She comes. She doesn't answer straight away. I left an answering machine message. That's what we should have done. We should have left a message. We'll do that next time, Matt. Matt's back. See, isn't it nice when people are missed? But on the other side, I always say, please don't watch all my live streams. Please don't. Go with your best life first. That sky is beautiful behind me. Ooh. Something felt good there. Guys, I'll be back in a second, okay? I'm just checking a message. Just getting a message from my client's mum. If I'm going to work or not today. Only a day ago, I said to Diego, I feel like I need to take some time off work so I can clean up the house and get it organised. And Diego was like, you had a month off. You can't afford any more time off. I'm like, that's true. I can't afford any more time off. So I just keep on working. And then I get a day off, an afternoon off because my client was sick. So if he's sick today, I get another day off, right? So it's really bad that I'm wishing that he's still sick because I want a day off. That's really bad, Dora. Bad, bad, Dora. We're going to work, guys. We're going to work. We don't want our client to be sick. That's bad. Oh, I'm doing number. I think this is number 4, right? Oh, no, I'm going this way. That's number 4. Let's do this off. Let's finish it off. Go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Is it me? Did it just get really hot all of a sudden? Done it. We're going to finish off, right? Two, 63. 63 squats to represent the 63 people that decide they don't want to be here this week. One of them was my friend Esther, and this is the reason why we're starting a series today. Not really a new series, just a new thing. We're training for our 30-kilometre walk on the beach for mental health. We did this last year to raise awareness for mental health. You're helping me train. Well, I'm training. In my private world, I will raise funds and awareness funds for mental health. A company called Beyond Blue. They do a thing called Coastrek. They do it in different locations around Australia, and they raise raise funds for 2 different companies. One is for oh my gosh, what's the other one? Heart Foundation. And in some years it's for mental health. Obviously Heart Foundation is a really good foundation to get behind, especially when my mum had a triple bypass, guys. So, I really should get behind it. But I figure in my private world, if I am raising funds for all different kinds of companies, then, my friends kind of get a bit pissed off. They're like, pick a side and just go with it. So mental health is, something that's dear to my heart, because I lost my friend Esther. I lost a few friends to mental health, actually. And so, I do these challenges, right? And Coastrek, I've done about 4 times now, I think. It's a 30-kilometre walk on sand. It's not easy. It makes it easy if you do train, but the day is hard just because you're walking with other people, and they're different fitness levels to you. And like last year, it rained. It was difficult. So it was on July the 17th, and I've just done a message to the ladies that I normally walk with. I'm kind of hoping they don't want to walk this year, guys, because I said last year that I wouldn't walk with them again, just because it was very, very difficult. They didn't do any training. They're women around my age, some of them a little bit older, some of them a little bit younger. But it's not about age. It's really about, if you don't do the training and then you just walk, turn up on a day to do 30 kilometres, it's going to hurt, right? And that's what they all do. So, I do a lot of, training for it. And it was a little bit disheartening last year, because I really did put a lot of time and effort into my training and my fitness last year. And yeah, as soon as we started walking, there was blisters. One person hadn't even used their shoes. So of course they're going to get blisters. So it's a little bit frustrating, but at the same time, it's a reminder that, Dora, nothing's always how it is how you want it to be.
uncomfortableness is actually a place that it's sometimes good to be in, right? So it taught me a lot of stuff last year, patience. And it reminded me that, I'm lucky that my fitness is pretty good, but I work on it, right? It didn't just come to me. And the other women that I walk with, they're not as fit. They also don't do the fitness, right? They don't take the time to look after themselves as much as I do. And maybe there's different reasons for it. Their work, children, sickness, don't want to, Obviously, I prioritise my fitness, and this is where I'm at. My friend Katrinka joined me one year to do it. And she said to me, she goes, I'm not joining your group anymore because she said, those ladies are way too slow. And I said, yeah, fair enough. So she didn't join me last year. She joined another group and she flied past me. She's at the end of the 30K line to greet me when I went over the line. But, I just kind of figure, like, I've done this with them 4 years in a row now. It's the act of, like, finishing something with people, even though it's hard. So I think even though, as much as I'd like to do, an easy walk, so to speak, I think it's something in that door that, you have to persevere. It's like mental health. Like, mental health it's not a perfect, it doesn't kind of come to you like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, guys, but you know what I'm trying to say? It's like uncomfortableness. That is mental health, right? That uncomfortable feeling, anxiety, panic attacks, depression, social isolation, rapid, mood swings, all the things, it's uncomfortable. So for one day, if I have to be uncomfortable, so be it, right? So in one breath, I'm kind of like, no, I want to do the walk without these women. In the next breath, I say, well, you know what? I think I should do the walk. But whether or not they do the walk this year is another thing. I need to walk with 3 other people. I believe I would really like it if I could do it by myself, but it's a team event. So yeah, how I go. I'm quite happy to join a random team with other people, but obviously my first choice is to try to do this walk with the ladies that I've walked with for the last 4 years. We've got a team. We call it Coast. What do we call it? Oh my God, I can't remember the name we call it. I wear the shirt every now and then. Anyway. Andrew, you have to sing happy birthday to Susan and do a dance for her. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. I did the dance for you, you do the song. Andrew, you sing, I'll do the dance for you, okay? Oh, thanks for putting that up, Susan. Lifeline do amazing, amazing things. But it's beyond the organisation that I'm raising funds for this year will be Beyond Blue. They do more, I think they do a hotline too, but they also do a lot more programs. They run programs to try to, get people, out and about and work on their, their illness. Where Lifeline do an amazing work. I think Lifeline do some programs too, but they is the 24-hour hotline to have, someone to talk to in a time of need. And I think that's really important. Tuba Chat is going to come into my birthday live. Wow. As in he's going to be on a live stream and he's going to live stream from your chat, in your chat. I don't know, I'm confused. He's going to do a Tuba Chat raid. That'll be pretty cool. He's like 4 people, sometimes 100 people on his lives. Oh my God, Susan. Wow, this could be interesting. Susan could be doing dancing. Dancing with Susan. It has a bit of a ring to it. Dancing with Susan on a birthday. Oh, wait on. Andrew, okay. So I'm going to sing in Andrew's voice and I do the dance, right? This is Andrew singing for Susan. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to my sexy Susan. Happy birthday to you. Okay, that didn't really sound like Andrew. I don't know what that sounded like, but that was from Andrew. That was Andrew's sexy dance for Susan. I'm not sure if it was sexy, but you know, it was a dance. Close enough. Oh, you got a Lifeline in America too, Debbie Sue. Oh, that's great. I didn't know that. Do they also have thrift shops in America for Lifeline? That's one of the associations I work with in one of their thrift shops. Okay, Susan's going, I don't know if it's a raid. I think he's just going to come in when he finishes his own live. Oh, okay, fair enough. I get you. I get you. I can be a sexy, muscly man, Susan. Oh, Andrew. How are you, Andrew? How are your legs going, mate? Andrew had a workplace injury that left him with 2 broken legs. So, has not been a great time for Andrew. So, if we can give Andrew a smile or a cheeky little bum dance, that's my cheeky bum dance. You know, we've got to cheer him up. So, I think tomorrow I'm going to put my shoes on tomorrow because obviously when I'm training for, when I'm actually doing my walk, my 30-kilometre walk on sand, I will be walking in shoes because it's not always on sand. You go from sand to shoes to sand to shoes. Sand to road to sand to road. So you don't want to be taking your shoes off all the time, trying to get sand off them, put your shoes and socks back on. It's not ideal. So I will get my shoes. Actually, you know what? The other day I was at the markets and they had these shoes. Has anyone seen those swimming shoes? Oh, you know, you've obviously seen swimming shoes, but they're these shoes that actually are, they're shoes for, they can get wet, you can swim in them, you can walk in them, you don't have to wear socks in them, but there's some special kind of, I don't know, some kind of special material. It's not plasticky. They're specially made. They're about $100 and they feel really, really good. They've got some, I don't know, they don't have, do they have a website? They said to me they don't have social media. They said, we don't believe in social media. We just do raw, organic kind of, you know, like people just spread the word. I kind of like that. I thought, go them. A company that's, you know, trying to promote their products. They just go to camping shows and markets. They're just a mum and dad team. And yeah, they sell these shoes. And she said, I wear them every day. She goes, you know, they're quite light. So she said they're good for running. So people wear them as an everyday shoe for like walking, running. She goes, they're good on bitumen, they're good on sand. You can walk in water. So that might be actually really good because that way I can walk in sand. I can walk on pavements. Yeah, interesting. But the thing is though, I'm going to do a lot of kilometres from now to the 17th of July. And I'll be doing a lot of walking on the sand. So, I was told once upon a time, when you're training, like when you're doing a lot of walking, you know, the road and pavements can be really quite unforgiving on shoes, that you should buy 2 pairs of shoes and alternate them. That way you don't wear them out as fast. They had a special deal. If you bought 2, you got them a bit cheaper. I don't know. I'll think about it. Morning. Something to chew on. Okay, there are some thrift shops called Lifeline, but not near where Debbie Sue is. Andrew's always looking for a sexy lady. My legs are getting better. That is great. So how long till you're running after me, Sue? Andrew? How long till you're running over here, chasing Susan, chasing me, chasing all the Australian women? How long? Oh, you can walk now. And I need to take it step by step. Yeah. You can't straight away run, can you? Andrew, I don't know if you're talking to me or you're talking to Susan. I think you like Susan. Andrew likes Susan. See you, mate. See you, Susan. We'll see you on your live stream. I'll catch you at some stage. You never know. I might be able to catch the whole thing. I'm lucky or unlucky. Who knows? Depends on which way you look at it. I'll be right over if you want. Oh no, let's ask Susan. Susan would love a nice present for a birthday. Dora and Andrew are running away together. Shh, don't tell Diego. Don't tell Diego. Hey guys, see this one here? See this car here? It's a Jayco Conquest. Now, do you remember I don't know if you guys heard my story about how last year I applied for a job with Jayco. They had a job where you got to use one of their vans and travel around Australia. Well, obviously didn't win, but I ended up in a Jayco for 4 months. But that would be that would be a goal. That would be cool. Imagine that. You can sleep up the top there. That'd have a toilet and a shower for sure. Have a kitchen, got an aircon on top. Man, it's even, yeah. Looks like it's got a little bike on the back. That'd be cool. That would be cool. Maybe I'll have another competition this year. Maybe I didn't win last year, but maybe they'll have it again this year. And maybe I'll apply again. You had to make a 1-minute video telling Jayco and the world why you want to be the Jayco corresponder and where you would go in your Jayco mobile and why. I did 3 videos and then I put it out to my Facebook friends and I got them to pick pick it apart as they do. And then I picked one and I jigged it a little bit more and then I sent it in. Didn't win. But that's okay. The better people won. Better person won. But maybe this year I will win if they have another competition. Stay tuned. Dora in a van. Man, that would be cool. My friend Jazz, you guys know Jazz No Man TV. I was talking to her about, obviously, it's a contrast going from the van back to a house, right? It's I think my second or third night back in the house. And I'm back here. I'm kind of in a routine, though I'm living around boxes, which is a little bit annoying, but that's all right. I'm lucky to have a house over my roof, right? House over my head, right? But Jazz said to me, she goes, okay, well, technically you did about 3 months living in a van because, obviously I spent a month in Indonesia and I did spend 2 weeks in Sydney too. So maybe I didn't even do 3 months. But anyway, let's go with 3 months. She goes, could you live in a van full time for a year? I said, yeah, I could. I could. If I didn't have to work, if I could just travel around Australia, I'm just going to put out, let's put manifest here, right, guys? Manifest, right? If I could have that van, because I could drive that van, it's not too big. You don't need a special license for that kind of car. It's just your normal license. It'd be automatic. I mean, I have a manual license, but I prefer an automatic. It's kind of newish, so it's just not going to fall apart on me. I could drive that myself. I mean, Diego would probably want to come sometimes. I don't think Diego would want to come full time with me. He doesn't share my, want to see everything and anything. He's a bit of a homebody. Plus, he also needs to finish the house, guys. I'm so bad. But yeah, Diego loves building stuff, right? And it's kind of appropriate that he's building our house. So there's downstairs to finish off yet. Our deck hasn't finished off yet. There's a few things not finished off in our house yet. But we're getting there, right? Diego still works, obviously, too, around building a house. But I think Diego would much prefer to come visit me every now and then in the van than live in it full time with me. But can you imagine Dora traveling around in a van and waking up at different places and sharing that with you, or sharing with myself? It would be really, really cool. I mean, a lot of people buy those kind of things when they retire because they have more money when they retire, or technically, or have more time. But I've always said, don't wait till you retire to actually, do the things you want to do, because that's not guaranteed, man. One of my best friends that I'm going to Africa with at the end of the year, her lovely mother, Charmaine, we used to call her Charmy. She worked at our local supermarket for like 40 years. And she could not wait to retire, because then when she retired, she had all this time to travel the world. She started traveling a little bit before she retired, thankfully. And guess what happened when she retired? She got a brain cancer and died. She was 65 years old, way too young. And, she just started traveling, she just started kind of, setting up her life that she could, be free to travel. So that's why I always say, I know you got to be sensible, you got to think about retirement. Yeah. But, who's to say that I'm even going to get to that age? God willing, who's to say that, Nothing is guaranteed. Every day is, every day is a present, right? Every day is a gift from the universe, from God. Like we talked about at the start of my life, someone didn't wake up this morning. So don't put off things. Don't save the good china for that, that once a year. Use the good china. If you can afford a trip, if you really wanted to go to the Greek islands, go now. If you can, I mean, don't put it on a credit card, that's for sure. Don't do that. Don't buy those coffees through the day. Make your coffees. It's amazing how much you can save by not, buying coffees or buying cups of tea or buying your lunches. Well, that's what I've started doing. I've probably for the last 2 years not been buying my lunches. I've been making my lunches, and it saves me money. Oops, I've got to go back. Oh, Andrew, my heart. Oh, well, my heart. Mwah. Oh, look at this. Look at this bird standing here. Hey, birdie. Hey, Birdie. Does anyone know what that is? I mean, I'd call that a stalk. I'm sure there's another word for it. It's not really called a stalk. Does anyone know? Yes, it is a poo pipe, Matt. Okay, I'm way far behind in this chat. I would love one. What was I talking about, Kirsty, that you would love? I can't remember. Would you love an Andrew? Was that what it was? You wanted an Andrew? I'm joking. I'm joking. Kirsty's got a husband, Dean. He's a lovely man. He's very, very funny. I love when he pops in and says, please subscribe, like, write me a comment. It's so beautiful. Okay, hold on. Whoops. I left it on like that. Susan, I will sweep you off your feet and show you the sexy body and my tattoos all over my body, Susan. Ooh, she's getting hot in here. She's getting hot in here. Yes, Dora has moved back to her house. The caravan is still in my friend's backyard. I just cleaned it the day before yesterday. And on Saturday, we have to gurney the outside of it and pack it down. Push it in and pack it down. And then we will drag it back to my sister's house. Oh, Matt's being my older brother. Yes, Dora's off limit. She's taken. Yes, that would be an easy drive. Hey, Matt. Oh, I think Kirsty was talking about the camper van too. Okay, we're all talking about the camper van now. Coming back up to it here. Oh, look at this. Two men fighting over me. Oh, where's my life? No, I have no shoes on, Matt. I mean, Andrew. I definitely don't want to be barefoot and pregnant. Dora takes shoes off. I can only imagine what you're trying to say there, but I won't go there. I will win. Don't forget how tall I am, love. Okay. No, I'm not going to say it. No. This is a family show. I'm trying to behave. It is a nice view of the ocean, isn't it? So, Debbie Sue, good change of pace there. So, effectively, that camper van has a great view looking out. I see a guy, he's just gone for a swim. He's just had a shower in the outdoor shower of the public toilets, and he's just walking into the camper van. An older gentleman in a Speedo. Go him. He looked pretty fit. But yeah, those Jayco, that particular model there, that van, I mean, that's going to cost you, mate, I couldn't even imagine. I reckon nearly $200,000. It's not cheap. Not cheap at all. So, considering Dora still has to pay off the house that she's living in and the renovations, I think I'm a little away from having one of those little things. But she can dream, right? I mean, like, you've got to manifest. You've got to put it out to the universe. One of those would be perfect. Would it be really, really rude of me to ask, can I have a look in your van? Can I have a look around your van? Though to see, I just saw him like have a shower. So if I walked in, I knocked on the door, he's likely to come out with a towel. That wouldn't be appropriate. I have walked past vans and asked if I could have a look in them. I think one day, actually, Matt, I don't think you were there because Matt loves combi vans like me. I walked past this really cool combi van and I had a bit of a chat with them, and I was on a live stream, and yeah, they let me sit in the back of it and have a look. It was so nicely done. I think they were selling it for like $45,000. My dad used to have a combi van, one of the really cool pop-up ones. The roof comes up, it had a fridge, it had a little sink, little stove, 2 places to sleep. It was great. My dad bought it brand new and he was so excited. I mean, I can't really remember the details. I was quite young when he first got it. But my dad, that was probably one of his favourite moments. Well, not one of, I'm sure he's had a few favourite moments. He said seeing my daughter born was one of my favourite moments. He's had 3 daughters. So he had my sister, my sister, and I've got a half sister. So he said that, they were his favourite moments, seeing his daughters born. But he did say buying his camper van, brand new, he wasn't a overly rich man. He was a school teacher, not a huge income, but, a regular income. He borrowed the money for it, and he was so pleased to buy this, beautiful camper van that he could travel around with his children and his wife. We drove up to Cairns, we drove to Sydney. We went around. It was a great experience as a kid, traveling around in a camper van. So that's why I'm kind of like enrooted in, one day getting a van and, having this experience living in a van. Obviously we weren't traveling around, but yeah, it was a fun little experience. And it's definitely made me more eager to somehow figure out how to have an experience in a van like that. Sometimes you just have to put it out to the universe. Don't think about how you're going to do it. You just have to, put it out to the universe and just step out of its way. Just like, I put it out there last year that I really wanted that job working for Jayco, traveling around for a year, doing, content for Jayco. I could have, worked on my YouTube channel full time, not worked, it would have been amazing, right? But that wasn't to be last year. But, months later, I have an opportunity to live in a Jayco for quite a few months. So it's funny how things can turn out, right? So I had no plans on that happening when I applied for that job. So isn't it interesting? So just like now, I'm just putting it out to the universe. One of those Jaycos would be amazing. One of those kind of camper vans. It doesn't have to be a Jayco, right? But what an experience would it be? It'd be fun. an amazing sleep. Sweet dreams. Thank you, my love. You look after yourself, okay? I'm glad to hear that you're walking, okay? If you can catch me, you can have me, okay? Catch me if you can. My Facebook has just said to me, today is Susan's birthday. So guys, in an hour and a half, Susan will be live having her birthday celebration. Poo pipes again. Yep, I should have looked in the poo pipe for you, Matt. Haven't got a text message yet about my work today. So I'm going to just zip out for a second and just look at my text messages. So when I do that, the phone starts buffing, okay? It's not buffing because I did anything differently. It's just going to buff because I zoomed out of my live. Give me a second. Back. Wow, the sky's a bit different now, isn't it? Walking backwards is quite fun, actually. All right. So yesterday, we were talking about Japanese walking, where you walk fast. Ready? Let's do it. For a couple of minutes. Get the heart rate going. So it's not about how far you walk, it's more about your intensity. So I'm moving my arms, moving my arms. Obviously, I've only been using one arm. But honestly, yesterday when I did it, now I'll slow down a bit. I'm gonna have some water. Someone's doing a stand-up paddleboarding there. Hey, Stephen. Stephen from the UK, Mission Beach. No, mate. This is Redcliffe Peninsula. Mission Beach is like north up that way. About 8 hours driving, probably about 12 hours driving actually. I'm in a place called Redcliffe in southeast Queensland. Brisbane is about 30 kilometres that way. Where are you from in the UK, Steve? Debbie Sue from Virginia is saying hello to you. She's from Virginia in America. She's in the mountains of Virginia. Actually, Debbie Sue, you watched me talking about my timeshare travel story yesterday. Somewhere in Virginia, I'm trying to remember the name of it. There's some kind of special place in Virginia that's quite popular for timeshares. I couldn't remember the name of it, but I used to flick through the pages. They used to have beautiful log cabins that you could stay in. There's a particular place in Virginia that's quite popular for timeshare hotels and resorts. I can't remember. There was some beautiful, what was it? I know you live in the mountains. I'd laugh if it was near where you are. Do you know what I'm talking about? Debbie Sue? Peel Smith. I'm from Scotland. Oh, we just had who was from Scotland in the chat. He just went to bed. So it must be late for you guys in Scotland. Peels, whereabouts are you in Scotland? I've only ever been to Scotland once, and I would really love to go back to Scotland. The Scottish accent is so cool. So cool. Obviously, I'm Australian. This is a place called Redcliffe Peninsula. There's an island out there called Moreton Island. This is called Moreton Bay. So that's why we don't have the big waves, because there's an island out there blocking the waves. So Moreton Bay used to have lots and lots of whales. The whales used to come here to have their babies. And then the sharks cottoned on to that. And then also back in the 60s and 70s, there's a resort over there called Tangalooma on that island. And it never used to be a resort, but it used to have a whaling station. So back in the day when you was allowed to whale sharks here in Australia, you're not allowed anymore, but they used to drag or kill the whales out here and then drag them up onto a deck on the over there. The whaling deck is still there, actually. It's part of the resort. It's actually a timeshare resort, funnily enough. And yeah, so the sharks cottoned on about all the whales getting killed, and they chucked a lot of whales back into the water that they didn't need, part they didn't want. So that in turn made a lot of sharks come here. And then in turn, there's not many whales that come here and have babies anymore. They go to another section up the top there. It's about 3 hours north. It's called Harvey Bay. That's where they actually go and have their babies, or their whale. What do you call whale babies? I don't know. Can't remember. But yeah, we don't see whales here very often. I'm sure there are. On the point out there are some whales. So we actually have a whale boat that comes out. It starts in July. July, August, September, October is whaling season here. I went out last year from the Gold Coast up that way, and it was amazing. Amazing. And the year before last, I went on the same boat. I took Diego out for his birthday, and oh my gosh, it's probably the best whale experience I've ever had. I never even got the videos up. I should do a video one day. It was amazing. The whales were literally like waving at us in the water. They were like with their fins. It was amazing. And they don't feed them. I'm a big believer in not feeding animals, especially wildlife. I mean, like, obviously feed your animals, but like wildlife should be left in the wild, right? We shouldn't play with them. So the boat that I went out on is called, it's part of SeaWorld. SeaWorld is they're an attraction, I guess, on the Gold Coast, where you can come and see dolphins caged up. It's not very nice. So in one way, they do amazing things. They come out, if there's a whale stuck somewhere, they will send their boats out to help them and then hopefully get them back into the wild. But at the same time, they actually have a lot of, they have dolphins that they've left in captivity, and they do like dolphin shows. I don't support that kind of stuff. I don't think dolphins should be made to, jump over people and, let people swim on them. But anyway, long story short, that's just where we are. And yeah, this year I plan to actually go on the Redcliffe one and go out and see the whales that live in my kind of area. That'd be pretty cool. It's not cheap though. It's way more expensive than other ones, but it's kind of convenient because it's right in my neighbourhood, right? Mike is back. Hey, Mike. So, Steve, if you're still there, Heart's Humble Homestead is in the UK. I believe she's northeast in the UK, so probably quite close to Scotland. I mean, things aren't too far away in England, not like Australia. And we also have Matt in the chat, Matt Launton. He's in Cheshire. Not exactly sure where Cheshire is in the UK. Matt, where is Cheshire in the UK? I think you're north of London, right? You're not south. No, you're definitely not towards Brighton Beach or anything like that. I know that. I'm sure you're north somewhere. I haven't spent a lot of time in England, I'm going to be honest. It's kind of very expensive. It's kind of one of those places that you fly into and fly hell out of there really fast. I did go like 2 years ago. I had 36-hour stopover. I have a great friend that I met selling timeshare. I mentioned her in my video, my live stream yesterday called Spilling the Tea. When you say yes and it changes your life. It's only a half an hour video if you're interested in watching that. I do ramble a lot, but I'm rambling about a story of how I said yes to something very, very random. I didn't know what I was saying yes to. And it ended up opening up a huge opportunity for me to travel the world for free, kind of for free. So, yeah, if you're interested, check it out. It's the last live stream before this one. There is a playlist called Spilling the Tea. I think there's about 8 videos in the series. They're only half an hour to 20-minute bite-sized videos, and they're not really live streaming where I'm kind of talking to you guys like this. They're more me just getting my story out. Oh, Steve, you obviously miss Australia, so you've been here before. Where have you been? Have you been to Brisbane? I'm sure you've been to Sydney and Melbourne. Well, I mean, you're coming into your summer. Spring, it should be warm. You should be out in your bathing suit, getting all that lovely vitamin D, should I say, vitamin D from the sun. I know, it's not exactly always like that, is it? I'm not sure, Dora. Virginia Beach is very popular. Oh, that's it. The Shenandoah Valley, Williamsburg are popular also. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. Is Myrtle Beach Virginia? Is that Myrtle Beach? Debbie Sue's hello to Mike. Mike is saying hello to Debbie Sue. How are you going, Mike, today? You back at work? Are you at work at the moment? No, it's night time. You're driving home from work. Or are you in your camper van? Obviously, don't answer that because you're driving. Digital creator. Yoga. No, I don't do yoga actually. I do Pilates. I don't know why. I'm not really a fan of yoga. Where are you from, digital creator? I'm in Australia. A couple of my friends in the chat are from America and the UK. No, Myrtle Beach is in South Carolina. Okay. You're staying in the camper. Excellent. At work? You know what? Susan said it might snow today down there for her. Can you imagine if it snows for her birthday and her live stream? That would be amazing. That would be amazing. So Susan lives 2 states away from me. South, that away. Like if I drove to Susan, it'd probably be 13 hours, 14 hours and stop. So I'd have to stop because I've got a wee, right? And I need snacks. So she's far away and she's up a mountain too. So she's got completely different weather to what I have here. It's supposed to be about 28 degrees today. It was quite warm yesterday. It looks a bit overcast now, but before it was really nice and blue and the sun was out. It was lovely. Oh, Myrtle Beach is huge and way overcrowded. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna zoom out again for a second, guys. I'm just gonna check my text messages, okay? I might go up here and do a bit of stretching. And if we have time, Debbie Sue, we could do some drumming. So I'm just waiting on a text message from my client's mother. He had gastro yesterday, so he might not be well to work today. So we may not have to go to work. I am hungry though. I probably should go home and eat. You don't need to see my feet. You gotta pay for those pictures, guys. You gotta pay for those pictures. I'm just joking.
I need some more water. Is there a water tap here? Okay. Put you up there. Yep, so I can get some air in here. Of course, I just couldn't stand. Exactly right, Debbie Sue. You got to pay for that service, right? It's a subscription. All right, you guys can see the angry sky. One thing I don't do is I don't do enough stretching. It's really good for you. Ooh. Ooh. You know what was interesting the other day, right? I was watching someone's channel. Like they do a lot of shorts, and yeah, it's a funny young lady, and she does a bit of traveling and stuff. Been watching her for a while, and then she just drops in there. Like, if you want to see my spicy content, that's my other channel. And I'm like, holy shit. She does like it's really interesting who does that kind of content, right? Like you just don't know who does that stuff. Like I might surprise you. I'm joking. I'm joking. But I was really surprised. I was like, I mean, no judgment, right? Make your money however you want. It's a new age, right? But like it was just really interesting. Like she didn't come across like that in her videos at all, except she started to drop like, if you want to see that kind of content, look at that other thing. I'm just like, oh, okay. I didn't look, obviously, guys. I'm just saying. But I was just like shocked. Yeah. Oh, honestly, stretching is so good. It's funny, right? Oh. So, since I am now training for this 30K walk on sand, I have to up the electrolytes, up the water. Now that I'm not living in the caravan, I can up my water because I'm going to be honest, I have been not drinking enough water at night time because I've been living in the caravan, so I don't wee all the time in the middle of the night. Though that didn't help when I was drinking tea at night. But anyway, that's another story. So now I can go back to drinking lots of water. I love water. Hydration, as in like the hydration powder that you use, because that's really good for the minerals that you lose when you sweat and wee a lot. I need to do more stretching. So these are the things I need to kind of manage when I start doing lots more walking. Stretching is really important. Oh, and because I did those push-ups before, I need to like push out my arms. Oh. So I'm going to do a bit more of a plan this time round. Hey Lauren, how you going, mate? How are you today? How is New Jersey's weather today? We had quite a nice sunrise this morning, Lauren. Oh man, I love this stretch. Oh, so Lauren, I'm just talking about how I'm starting to prepare for a 30-kilometre walk, which is I think 18.6 miles. on sand in about 2 months. I do it every year, or nearly every year, for mental health awareness. And I'm doing my training. And I'm just saying this time around, I'm going to be a little bit more proactive about my stretching, so I don't dehydrate myself. Hydration is really important, like putting electrolytes in your water. Protein is really important. Like I didn't actually have anything to eat this morning, Dora, so I need to have some protein before I exercise. Oh, okay. This is one of my favourite ones, is like a roll down. So apparently you got to keep your eyes open. So knees loose, and then you just drop the shoulders and you drop down. Vertebrae, little bit by little bit. Eyes open, bum in the air. Stretches your bum muscles out, I tell you. Oh, and then you go up slowly. Woo. Do it again. Two stays. Hang there for a bit. Now, there's so many more stretches I could do. Kirsty saying hello to Lex, to Lauren. Going well, Dora. It's unusually warm for this time of year, about 27 degrees Celsius. Wow, that's actually good weather. For New Jersey, yeah, you're right. So, in exactly an hour, guys, Susan from High Country Homestead is doing her birthday live stream. Okay, so it's already scheduled. So if you want to go check out her page, there's a scheduled live there for an hour's time. So I'll be there. I hope to be there. Well, I will be there because I don't know if I'm working or not yet. I'm waiting for a phone call from my client's mum. He had gastro yesterday, so I don't want gastro. Just say, oh my gosh, that feels great. I do forget to stretch a lot, guys. I seem to run off the beach in a hurry because I'm running late. Jump in my car and then go to work. Right, get home, get ready to go to work. So I don't do my stretching. So it's really nice to be able to do it today. As I said, please don't subscribe thinking I'm a health and fitness channel. I'm not. I'm sure I'm doing everything wrong, but you know what? I do it for my body, not for yours. You do your own kind of, research for you. If I can motivate you to stretch more, do it. But don't follow what I do. I'm sure I'm doing it wrong. Oh, man. Oh. My arms, like I can feel like like I did my push-ups and sit-ups, my push-ups and triceps. So it's obviously working this, so that's good, right? But it's good to stretch it out a bit. Oh. Oh. I need water. That is what I need. I need water. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to go back to the car. So this is 8:34 a.m. on Wednesday morning here in Australia, in southeast Queensland. We had a nice little walk. Don't forget our little thingamajiggies. So that's not a bad first morning getting back into my training for Coastrek. I will remember to put my shoes on tomorrow because obviously when I do my actual 30 kilometres walking, I'll be walking in shoes. So you need to actually do your training in your shoes, right? Oops. So guys, I really don't have anything else to say other than thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you. It's nice to have a bit of banter while I'm having doing a walk, and you guys get to have a banter with your friends here on if you're using me as that little medium. Hopefully you like some of my banter.
It's really nice that we've all made these friendships with our, with our friends here. And it's kind of like, at school, you used to hang out at lunchtime, right? It's kind of the same thing. We're kind of like hanging out in a chat. And I get to, come in and out of it while I do my exercise. And you guys are, having a chat to everyone. And, so it's really nice. So I'll see you in about an hour's time. Our other friends, lunchtime, meet up for her birthday. Okay? So, guys, see you later. I'll see you at Susan's channel. I think most of you know who we're talking about. Susan from High Country Homestead. It's her birthday. So, go there, spend, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, whatever you want. Just go say happy birthday to her. I think it'll mean a lot to her. Bye, guys.